guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree and this is 𝘂𝘓𝘔 Life Vlogs, where I film stuff and do stuff and all that good stuff and I put it on the internet. So today I am actually going to be reading a few words that I've been obsessed with out of the book, The Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. And I'm also pairing it with a few things that give me that sense of feeling. If you want to know more about what I'm talking about, stay tuned for the video and we'll get right into it. Okay, so if you don't know what the Book of Obscure Sorrows is, or a Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows, sorry, I will read a brief synopsis that's on the back. It defines new words for emotions that we all feel but don't have the language to express, and turns poignant, relatable, mind-bending, definitions into whimsical type of words drawn from different languages around the world to basically into these beautiful, just lyrical essays to kind of explain different emotions that we all experience. So I decided, because I literally love this. Literally my channel name is named after one of the words in this book, but I was like, these words that are made up, but all words are made up, right? Are like, to me, like I just get so entranced with them because I'm like, yeah, that does make sense. That I put like different things to them. I assign different things to them. So today I picked out 4 words that I really like and I assigned a color, a zodiac, and a song, and I pulled like a lyric from the song to kind of symbolize that word, and just to kind of show you like what my mind goes to when I'm like, when I say stuff that is coming from here. Like, so I thought it would be like a cool little thing, especially because the name of my channel comes from one of the words in this book. So let's get right into the first one. So the first word that I chose, I thought would be fitting, was the word sonder. It is a noun, and again, it's the name of my channel, 𝘂𝘓𝘔 Life Vlogs. And sonder means the profound feeling of realizing that everyone, including strangers passing in the street, has a life as complex as one's own, which they are constantly living despite one's personal lack of awareness of it. So I love this because, like, as a kid, I was always told, you're not the center of the universe or whatever, but like this definition kind of embodies like, I am the center of my universe and you're the center of your universe, and those universes collide on a daily basis and make something beautiful, the human experience. So I really, when I first heard that, I was like, I love this quote because it just contradicts everything that I've been told my whole life, to kind of like back out, kind of, you know, blend in, let other people have their, you know, chance to shine. And it's like, they are having their chance to shine, just not in my story. So that's kind of why I love this definition. The color I assigned to it was Starlight Purple, just because it's giving kind of like space. It's giving like universes. It's giving astral. Like I was just, every time I hear that, I hear of purple. I think of purple. So that's the color I assigned to it. And then the zodiac I assigned to it was Pisces, just because I feel like Pisces be in their own little world. I have Pisces friends. Hi Rory. Girl be in her own world, and it's just like, I feel like she embodies it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Pisces just embody that. And so then the song that I put, and I will also be putting these songs in the description. The song that I chose for this is Star, the 𝘂𝚑 Rocky remix of it, and it's by 𝘂𝘪𝘷𝘪𝘯𝘕, and it's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. But he says this one line: everybody is shining star, but they don't get far, so they can't prove it. Like, again, like, to me, I'm like, okay, everyone is a shining star, right? But like, for me, because I'm not seeing their complex lives, because I'm not them, I'm not in that immediate circle. To me, they're not getting far, so they can't prove it to me. You know what I mean? And I can't prove that I'm a shining star to other people because they're not in my circle. They can't, you know, I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but that's just like, to me, that like makes connections. And then the other lyric from there was, hold me, wait, I just need some space to move around and find my place, so I'ma move out my way. So it's like, again, I'm like, whenever anyone tells you like, oh, you're not the main character, like you have main character syndrome, or the world doesn't revolve around you, it's like that kind of gets instilled in you. And I feel like a lot of us kind of fall in the background and get in our own head, but it's like everyone is their own main character. Everyone's world evolves around them. So like, shine in your own right, get out of your way. You know what I mean? Sonder, get out of your way. So that's so that's the first one. Let's move on to the next. The next one, I might butcher this a pronunciation, mind you. Again, he puts like different words together. So 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑 person, finally outgrown your own old problems like a reptile, shedding the skin, already able to twist back around and chuckle at this weirdly antique caricature of yourself that will soon come off. I'm like, that is so beautiful. Like that, just when you finally realize you outgrown your old problems, like, come on. I was just like, when I was reading that, I was like, ooh, that's a word right there. And then the color I chose for it was ash gray, and I was kind of thinking of like the phoenix, how like it burns down into the ashes and rises back up, and like just the definition of a reptile climbing out of its skin and then just being able to look back and be like, ha, that was me. You know what I mean? And I feel like in the past year, like if you were around me fall 21, you don't know me now. Like I'm such like, I look back at that person and the problems I had and stuff. I'm like, wow, that was crazy. That was wild. That was you know, that was a caricature. You know what I mean? So like I really resonate with this, and I chose ash gray because I just envision like burning down that old version of you and being able to look back and go, hi, I came from that. That's wild. Look at me now. And the one I chose for this was Gemini and Sagittarius, just because I feel like a lot of the Geminis and Sagittariuses I know are very much always reinventing themselves and evolving and growing, and I really admire that about them. So the song I chose for this one is "Oh the Places You'll Go" by 𝘗𝘳𝘅. And high key, I really could have chosen the entire song. Like, it's a spoken word poem. Y'all, if anything, if this is where you stop the video and you're like, I don't want to watch any more of this video, please go listen to that, because it's just such a beautiful spoken word poem. And like, so the quote I chose from that is, "Sucked into oblivion, idolizing my future feminine, worshiping the woman I have to be, fully imagining things more real than everything they have to be, more real than anything I'll ever be." Like, hold up, I gotta run that back. I gotta run it back, because that tell me that's not what this definition is. Sucked into oblivion, idolizing my future feminine, worshiping the woman I have to be, fully imagining things more real than everything they have to be, more real than anything I'll ever be. Like, because it just has to. I need to grow. Like, I love it. So that's that little group. I hope I gave you a good like little chunk to go off of it. I honestly, I think I did what I need to do with that word. So we'll move on to the next one. Okay, So the next one is called Flashover. And all these words I really like. Like if you're feeling this, I would say go pick up this book, because that's literally all this book is like just words like this. So the next word again is flashover. The moment a conversation becomes real and alive, which occurs when a spark of trust shorts out the delicate circuits you keep isolated under layers of irony, momentarily grounding the static emotional charge you've built up through the decades of friction with the world. I resonated with this so much, so much. The color I chose for this was Daisy Yellow. It just gives me such a warm feeling. Obviously the spark, obviously the spark, but like also just like the warmth and like how just like a weight it feels when this happens, when you're like, oh, I can finally just have a good, decent conversation and connect with somebody. I don't have to pretend to be XYZ person. I don't have to dance around different subjects. I can just be me. I can just be what people call weird or boring or eccentric. The other person doesn't see that. They just see me. So I really like that one. Again, I chose Daisy Yellow. And for y'all can disagree with me, okay? But for the zodiac, I chose Scorpio, which I'm a Scorpio. And I chose it because it's like, the fact that it's like the delicate circuits you keep isolated under layers of irony. So like basically keeping to yourself and hiding yourself, which if you've ever been around a Scorpio, we're very to ourselves. We don't like telling people a lot of stuff, you know, we don't really, it's just, you know, all out thing kind of. So just when we find someone where we can be ourselves with and we can just kind of let go, like it's a flashover. So that's why I chose Scorpio. And the song that I chose for this one was Foreign Things by Amber Mark. And the lyric for this is, foreign things meant for me, and I know that, making new friends and drinking all night. Maybe I'll pack a bag and not go back. If you need me, I'll be here all damn night. It's such a good song. It's such an uplifting, like, if you need me, I'll be here all damn night. Like, it's just such a good, like, good type of just vibe. It's a vibe. Like, that song is just a vibe. And I feel like when you're in this type of flashover moment, it's a vibe. You know what I mean? So I really like that one, and I assigned it to my zodiac, and you can argue with me if you want to. Sorry about it. All right, and the last one I chose, again, I resonate with a lot. It's called bear leveling. It's a verb. It's trying to improve yourself without anyone else knowing about it, afraid that they'll think it's silly or grandiose or unnecessary, or they'll end up calling too much attention to your efforts, transforming a casual tweak into a flashy rebranding campaign. And I feel this a lot. Like when you tell people like, oh, I'm working on myself, they're like, oh, you're working on yourself. Oh, why did you do this if you're working on yourself? And like it's a work in progress. Just because I told you it's happening doesn't mean that I am now the new version of me. You know what I mean? It takes a while to get to the 𝘂𝘂𝚜𝚜. Call back to earlier in the video, but it takes a while to get there. And I don't need everyone analyzing every move I make while I'm trying to really nurture, you know, care, reparent, do all of these things for myself. And then I don't need an audience in the background when that happens. So I really like that one. And the color I chose for this was toffee brown, because it gives me like a homies feeling, like bear leveling. I just want to keep it to myself. It's a homie feeling. Like it's like a coffee, you know, while you're journaling, or a tea while you're after you meditate. It's just a very, you know, or a warm blanket as you read a spiritual book or something like that. It's a very cozy, like I'm at home in myself type feeling. And that's why I chose it. And actually that color, toffee brown, was the color of my first notebook that I ever started writing in consistently. I've been writing consistently in my notebook morning and night since I want to say like March of this year, and I mean twice a day consistently. So I'm through, like, I'm on my, like, almost done with my third notebook. I'm about to go on to my fourth. So, but that was the color of my first notebook. Maybe that's why I chose it. And I would say the zodiac I chose for this one was Libra. Libra came to mind just because, just trying to balance out, maybe it's the bear leveling, just trying to balance out, like, okay, do I tell someone that, like, I'm working on myself, or do I really want to let people know that? Like, do I want to keep that to myself? Like, just the decisions of it. It really resonated with that zodiac for me. So the song that I chose for this one is called "A Trip Through Space to Clear My Mind" by 𝘋𝘪𝘷𝘪𝘯𝘕. And oh my gosh, this song, chef's kiss, chef's kiss. Please go listen to it. I don't want YouTube to take this down, or I would play it for you. I would play all these songs for you, but, like, just, oh my gosh, please go listen to it. It's just, oh, it's such a beautiful song. But the lyric that I chose from it was, but growing can be lonely. That's the part they don't see. But I can't lose connection, direction. It's better that I chose me. So, so it's like, even like I feel like when you tell people that you're changing, you know, like, they get hypercritical and stuff of everything that you do because they don't see it as a process, and it becomes kind of lonely. Like, why don't you want to go to the party? Why don't you want to drink with me? Why are you going to bed so early? Why don't you want to do this? Why aren't you listening to these types of music and all this stuff? And it's like, I'm really trying to work on myself, and it looks kind of weird to the everyday person, and it gets kind of lonely. But again, you just gotta, you know, you choose yourself at the end of the day. And I really, that song is just so, that song is so gorgeous. But I will make this a series, because I think this should be a series, because I just fangirling over this book, and I think it should be a series just because this is the name of my channel. And I will make a Spotify playlist for this series. So every song that I mention, I'll put it in a Spotify playlist, and so you guys will be able to listen to it as well. All right, guys, and that is the end of the video. I want to thank everyone for watching. Thank you so much for coming back to Vlogmas Day 8. I know this video was a little late just because the past few days I worked in the morning, so I had to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning, so I didn't want to stay up late at night to edit the video for the next day. So that's why it kind of came out a little late. Tomorrow it will be more in the afternoon that the video comes out before I go to work. But yes. But let me know if there's a different song you would have put with one of these words, or your thoughts on these words, or, you know, any different colors, zodiac signs, or whatever that resonated with you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment so YouTube knows that I'm kind of interesting, and that you should maybe watch, and people should maybe watch. And I will see you in the next video.